Hello students, today we will discuss English 2, chapter 11, first two stanzas. Today I will discuss with you the explanation of these two stanzas. Now listen. You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white, and yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right? In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain, but now that I am perfectly sure I have none, why I do it again and again. In these two stanzas, only one hard word is there, that is, incessantly means continuously. Again I am repeating, incessantly means continuously. Now listen the explanation of these two stanzas. The structure of this poem is a dialogue between an old man named Father William and his son. In the first stanza, the son pointed out that Father William was aged and posed the question of why he incessantly stands on his head. When asked if this was right because of his age, Father William contended that when he was in his youth, he was afraid to do this, but age taught him he did not have a brain to endure. Because of this detail, he had taken to performing the action again and again. There are a number of things to note within these stanzas, including the bizarre nature of the relationship between Father William and his son. The name of the father was given within the son's dialogue, which indicates that he addressed the older man by this name. This situation would hint that father was a title rather than a relationship. However, in line 2, this younger fellow was noted as Father William's son. Perhaps both father and son were but titles that expresses a relationship different than genetics, or there was a genetic connection that was treated in a more formal manner than a typical casual attitude. Thus, the reference of Father William, there is no clear answer to this aspect of the poem, which begins a confusing structure. In the second stanza, the confusion continues in that Father William's reasoning for standing on his head in his later years made little sense. Of course, he had a brain to be injured, so he could never be perfectly sure. Otherwise, perhaps Father William believed he had lost his mind, but it was still not an accurate account since the brain would have been intact. Furthermore, Father William, being able to think on this level is evidence that his mind was sharp and able when he had this conversation with his son, as he was being witty and mischievous. If such was the case, The Father William could have been mocking his son's concern and by extension using this idea of being without a brain as a criticism toward his son. Essentially, this could have been Father William insulting the son for being brainless, for, for questioning the father's action. So, this is the explanation of the second stanza, and related to this too, today I will give you 3 question answers related of this chapter. Here I have given the little explanation of the question number is answer number 1 here, little explanation I have given. Answer number 2's here, little explanation from here to here. And here the answer number 3's explanation. This question number 1, 2 and 3, you have to do it in your fair notebook. Next day we will discuss another stanza. Till then, goodbye.